Built in 1990, it was the first major speedway to be built in 20 years. It would be the spark to ignite a track building boom through the 90s and early 2000s, but none would put quite the premium on man and machine as New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Just over 1 mile with flat corners, will take man, machine with power, good brakes, and a pilot with nerves of steel. Walk away from New Hampshire Motor Speedway with a giant lobster in hand. This afternoon, it's the LSI ARCA series from Loudon, New Hampshire, and it's next on HBR TV. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Loudon, New Hampshire, the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Magic Mile, as some call it. 80 laps in store for you all this evening. LSI ARCA series. Practice just about wrapped up. Few minutes left in the session. Top of the board is the 50 of Mark Thomas, a 30.87 thus far. Brian Torsha, Sharon, Conover, Tashero, your top 5. Alrighty, we've got Chris Goins, Jamie Kerr, Natalie Bravo in the Facebook side. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and being on time. Punctuality is key. Not that you're missing much, it's just practice. I think we got 3 on the YouTube side, 3 or 5 on Facebook, so we got 8 so far. Not bad since we just started. You guys can certainly share the daylights out of the stream if you're so inclined. "15 of these ARCA cars have taken to the track so far. What little I've watched so far, Alfie, though he's third quick on the timesheet, pretty racy out there. Contact with the 5 of Dale Legan, though. Brian Torsch getting a piece of it as well. Yeah, Alfie looks pretty strong here this afternoon. We'll have to see if he can put that number 78 machine in victory lane here. Josh Battles with a Coors Light Kiss sponsorship. That's a cool looking car. Let's take a look at that one. Very cool. About 15 seconds left in the practice session. I think Mark Thomas is going to win practice, so to speak. Brian Torsha second, Alfie is third, Aaron Conover fourth, Mike Tashero, your top 5. It does come to a close. Before we get into qualifying, we have to thank first and foremost sponsors of the series, Litchfield Specialty LSI. It is the LSI ARCA series. TRS, the RacingSchool.net. Racing School Thompson Speedway, if you want to drive a real race car. Head over to the RacingSchool.net. Check them out. Studath Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudath at 636-544-7836. D. Dixon and Sons Trucking Incorporated. And My Cricket Makes custom-made signs and a lot more. Contact Tabitha Brown at 618-340-0900. Back to the track. Looks like Alfie Sharon rolling out of the pit lane. Going to start his first qualifying attempt. First and only qualifying attempt. 2 laps around New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So far, Jamie Kerr, top of the board at 31.31. The number 75, Shane Wagner, now third. Mike Castro has taken over the top spot, 30.97. Alfie has started his first lap of his attempt. Let's see what Sharon can clock in. Crosses the start-finish line. 31.430 for Alfie, fourth quick so far. Let's see if lap 2 yields any quicker results. Saw Mark Thomas take to the track, but did not check in a time and might have started over or had an incident. Here's Alfie off of 4. Lap 2 for the 78 machine. Second quick, 31.092. Mark Thomas got his hands full off of turn number 4. Let's see what he checks in for a time. 7th quick, 31.540. Again, lap 1 did not go into the books for the 50. Had an issue, I'm sure. Top time in practice, but unable to back it up here in the qualifying session. Brian Torsia to the track. Number 2, D. Dixon and Sons Trucking Incorporated machine. So far, it's the 33, Mike Castro, top of the board at 30.97. Milburn goes to the second spot. Brian Torch up in the top 5. He's fourth quick on lap 1 at 31.11 for the number 2. Let's see what lap 2. Oh, loose off of turn number 2. That's going to throw away the lap. Josh Battles out there. I think this is lap 1 for Josh, the number 11 machine. Yep, lap 1 for Josh, 31.39, 9th fast. Battles crosses the line. Second lap at 31.66. Not quicker on lap number 2. He will sit in the 9th position. Cody Fogg, the number 58. Fruit Loops machine. That's a pretty cool looking machine. Bit of a throwback. Not sure who ran that paint, if anybody, but it certainly looks something you'd see back in the late 90s, early 2000s maybe. Fogg's first lap of 31.57. He sits 11th right now. Let's see if he can pick it up here on his second lap. Ooh, out of the throttle just a bit off of 4. Lap 2 is a bit quicker. 31.41 for the 58. Top 10 starting position for Cody Fogg. 3 cars yet to take to the track. Melnick, Newborn, and Ben Choate. Still 5 minutes left in the session, so certainly time for that to happen. and we wait. Again, let's take this opportunity. We've done it once already, but we'll go back to it. It's the LSI ARCA Series Litchfield Specialty. They are the primary sponsor and partner. The OG Racing League ARCA Series, LSI ARCA Series here at New Hampshire. TRS, theracing-school.net. Sudath Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudath at 636-544-7836. And D. Dixon and Sons Trucking Incorporated. And by My Cricket Makes, custom-made signs and a lot more. Contact Tabitha Brown at 618-340-0900. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. The LSI ARCA Series qualifying just about wrapped up. So far, it is the 33 Mike Castro on the pole position. Let's see if we can find his lap here. I'd like to go back and see. Let's take a look at it. This is the qualifying attempt for the 33 Mike Castro. Currently sits on top the pole. Well, that about does it, I guess. Field is gridding up. Let's take a look. The official results of qualifying in our starting grid. On the pole position is the 33 of Mike Taschereau. Outside front row is the 099 of Robbie Milburn with Mud Mule Motors. Row number 2, the 78 of Alfie Sharon with Sharon Racing. To his outside with OG Racing, it's Brian Torsha. Row number 3, it's Dale Legan in the 05. Darren Conover to his outside. Row number 4, Jamie Kerr, the number 75 Black Acid Custom Racing Apparel, with Shane Wagner, the number 26, to his outside. Starting 9th is Josh Battles in the 11th. Cody Fogg is 10th. Mark Thomas will start from the 11th position, fastest in practice, unable to back up that time in qualifying. Bill Voracek will start 12th to the outside. Starting 13th, the 3 of Brian Rupert, and 14th is Joe Marks in the 4. Starting 15th, Kevin Newborn, the 51, with Tom Melnick with TRS Motorsports in the 00. Starting last, the 17th position, number 21, Ben Choate. That's your starting grid here of the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series from Loudon, New Hampshire. The green is next. Field lined up on the backstretch. Lights are off atop the pace car. We'll be going green this time by. Pace car peels off the track, waiting on the green flag. We come to life. Green is in the air. Taschereau in the gas. Milburn to his outside. We're underway here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Taschereau gets the advantage into turn number 1. Alfie Sharon up to the 2nd spot already. Milburn to his outside. They work off of turn number 2. Little trouble for Dale Legan in the back of the pack. Gathers it back up, loses some spots. Oh, but the 3 gets turned. Brian Rupert is around off of turn number 2, collects the inside Armco barrier. Minimal damage to that machine, though it is definitely a detriment to that 3 car off of turn number 2. Some left front damage. Go back and take a look at it here, see what happened. Looks like the 9 of Voracek may have gotten to the back bumper of the 3 inadvertently off of turn number 2. Round goes the 3 of Rupert into the fence. Almost had it collected. Grazing blow. Drivers do have 2 fast repairs to work with this evening, along with 3 extra sets of tires over the pit wall. Take a look at it again from the onboard from the 9. Back it up a little bit again. Tough break for Brian Rupert. Short yellow flag, though. Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back to green. 2x2 down the backstretch once again. Pace car is down. Mike Castro back in the gas. Green flag is out. We're back underway here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Castro with a great jump. Battle for the second spot. Alfie Sharon has it on the outside. Milburn trying to take it away. Milburn tucks back in behind in the third spot. Brian Torsha in the fourth. Jamie Kerr fifth. Robbie Milburn driving it in deep into turn one, slips up the racetrack. Brian Torsha down low to try and take over the third spot, steal that away from the 99. Not quite there. Battling back on the high side. Robbie does in that number 99 machine. Brian Torsha still down low. Number two, bottom feeding through 3 and 4, was not able to pull off that pass for the third position. Milburn starting to get away, but Jamie Kerr now putting the pressure on the two. Brian Torsha slides up the track a bit, gets out of the throttle, gathers it back up. Brian Torsha stays in the fourth position. Jamie Kerr's fifth, about to lose that though. Shane Wagner, I think, maybe Mark Thomas there in that Kodiak car. 20 of Aaron Conover's gone by, moved Conover to the top 5. Mark Thomas, Shane Wagner now battling. This is for the 7th position. Shane slips it up the track just a bit, does put it into the safer barrier, scrapes the wall, not real hard contact, but certainly a momentum breaker. Shane Wagner slipping back just a bit. Trouble off in turn 2 once again. The 4, Joe Marks in the wall. So far, we stay under green. The 4 nose deep into the tire barrier and just goes right to the pit lane. Oh, we got trouble up front, though. Robbie Milburn involved. Right on the front straightaway. Contact made with the 99. He's definitely got damage. Right front, just a bit towed out on that number 99 machine. Going to need to make it to pit lane. Hard to do when that right front just will not turn. We stay under green yet again. 9 laps in of 80. We've got trouble. One of our top 3. 99 of Milburn getting the raw end of that one. Can't slow it down. Can't get it to the pit lane. Not sure where the leaders are, but I bet they'd be going to catch in the 99 here in just a moment. Oh, there he is. Makes it to the pit lane. Again, we stay under green. Milburn into the pits. Up front, though, we got a battle for the lead. Alfie Sharon has caught the 33 of Taschereau. They work off at turn number 4. Alfie doesn't quite have the spot yet, but he's pushing hard into turn number 1, taking a look down low. Doesn't quite have it. Maybe some contact with him in the 33. Taschereau keeps it out front. They work off turn number 2. Right to the back bumper, the 78 of Alfie Sharon backs off just a bit. Backs up his entry into 3. Maybe going to get the drive off. Slides up a groove in through 3 and 4. Taschereau up high, Sharon down low. Side by side off the corner. The drag race to the start-finish line. So far, the 78 right to the door of the 33 of Taschereau into turn number 1. They slide up again. Maybe a little contact. Alfie's going to get on by, not quite clear off of turn 2. Yes, he is. Move the 78. Alfie Sharon, your new leader here from New Hampshire. Mike Taschereau back to second.
You will have a caution.
Caution is out. Shane Wagner possibly. Dale Legan involved. Let's see if we can get a look what happened with the 26 and the 05. Off of turn 2, this is the tower cam. Contact made with Wagner and Legan. The 05 gets sent around. Turn 2 has been the action corner here this afternoon. Looks like both drivers able to get away relatively unscathed, albeit backwards for Dale Legan, but the 26 of Wagner continues on. No contact with either wall. Nice job by the 05 Allegan. He looked for sure he was going to hit the inside wall. Does not make contact. Tough break for track position, but around he goes. Gathers it back up. Live to fight another day. 14 laps in of 80. Can't imagine we're going to see anybody in the pit lane. Maybe for tires. No, maybe for fuel. Not so much tires. Big break for the 99 of Milburn. Going to get a lap back here. I believe he was only down one after that incident. Had to get repairs. I'm sure he used that one of two fast repairs. Gets him back in the action. The yellow flag comes out. He gets the lucky dog or the wave around, and he's back on the lead lap. Have to pay attention to him throughout the rest of the run. See if he can work his way back towards the front. Challenge once again up there in that top three where he was when he had his issue. Well, we got 7 of you guys in the Facebook stream. Natalie, Eddie Rose, Brian Torshow, of course, he's driving. So is Jamie Kerr. So is Aaron Conover. So is Matt Newborn. So you guys aren't going to chat with me, I don't think. Chris Goins is watching. He's driving over another league somewhere, I'm sure. So I don't know if we'll get any kind of messages from him. But any of you guys out there that aren't holding the steering wheel right now, go ahead and message us in the chat, man. We'd love to talk to you. Love to hear your questions, comments, concerns. I get lonely up here in the booth all by myself, so cautions are a good time to say hello. Chat it up a little bit. It's always open. Love to hear from you. Field formed up 2 by 2. You know what that means? We're going to go green the next time by. A little bit overcast skies here today. Clouds in and out. 84 degrees, 38% humidity with a 92-degree track temperature. Not too hot. Makes for some good racing. If that sun peaks out, that could certainly change. And as we say that, there it is. Chris Cones avoiding the chaos in the Glen. Chris driving those legacy Indy cars at Watkins Glen right now. I wish I could be in that, but I'm happy to be here in this broadcast. We'll have to catch it on the next one for sure. Great ARCA race. In the early stages here, the LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. The pace car is down here at New Hampshire. Alfie Charon in the gas, gets a good jump. Good restart by the 78, Mike Castro. And Aaron Conover second and third there. Just got to watch the 78 drive away. It is the advantage the leader has. As soon as the pace car peels off, the leader can fire. Everybody else behind him has to react. So that is the advantage of being the leader during these restarts. Alfie Charon certainly took advantage of it. He's got a 3 to 4 car length advantage over the 33 of Mike Castro as he worked through 3 and 4. Lap 19 goes up on the board. Alfie Charon enjoying the lead for now. Mike Castro not too far in the rearview mirror, though, starting to close some ground on the 78 machine. Castro started on the pole position here this afternoon. Alfie was in the 3rd spot, was quickly up to the 2nd position early on in the race, now enjoying the lead in that number 78 machine off turn number 2. Castro is stuck right with the 78 since the restart. Only about a 0.4 of a second advantage he's got to battle back and overcome. He's running his race right now. A little mistake out of the 78 of Sharon, though. Further back through the field, this is for the 6th position, the 75 of Jamie Kerr with Brian Rupert in 7th in behind. Trouble off 2, 58 Cody Fogg gathers it back up. Not sure if that was induced by the 05 or if that was just getting on the gas a little bit too hard. Cody continues on, looking to the back bumper, the 05 of Dale Legan. Battle on the track right now, Jamie Kerr and Brian Rupert. Brian Rupert in that number 3, looking to the inside into turn number 3. Nothing doing just yet, but it certainly seems a bit quicker than Jamie. Work off turn number 4. Rupert looking to the inside turn 3 once again. Now door to door with the 75 of Kerr. They work through turn number 4. Off the corner they roll through. Rupert's got the advantage. A little bit over rotation out of the 3. At the line, 3's going to have the position. Rupert still battling to the inside into turn 1. Almost contact on entry to get away with it. Rupert has the 75 clear, but Jamie's battling back. Going to be a tight squeeze off of 2. Nope, he got it. Rupert takes over the 6th position. A good battle between the 3 of Rupert, the 75 of Jamie Kerr. Jamie was just not willing to give it up. He put on a good battle, defended the position well, but not quite well enough as Rupert takes over the 6th spot. Now Jamie Kerr's got a little bit of an issue with the 05. Dale Legan coming up in the mirror, getting a little bit larger and larger in that reflection, but lucky for Jamie, the 05 a little loose off the corner, and got Cody Fogg putting pressure on the 05 as well. The ARCA Series drivers having trouble putting the power down on this flat 1-mile oval at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Kind of what we expected. These ARCA cars, well, they're not slammed to the ground. They're not super high downforce race cars that you'd expect maybe in a road course series or something to that effect. Very minimal banking around this worn out surface in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Makes for an interesting race. Great battles all over the place to see how these guys can handle a really loose race car. Ooh, Dale Legan loose again off turn number 2. How he saved it down low like that, I don't know, but a nice job either way. Handling problems for the 05 and Dale Legan as we are 27 laps in. Cody Fogg going to take advantage on the high side, take over the 8th position. Dale Legan back to 9th. Josh Battle sitting there in the 10th spot, trying to take over 9th from the 05 of Legan. Has come into the picture here. Mark running in the 5th spot. Trying to take over 4th from the 2 of Brian Torsha through turns 1 and 2. Slowly but surely making his way towards the front. He's made up 7 spots so far. First 29 laps of this 80-lap event. Mark Thomas was very quick in practice, so it's to no one's surprise he's starting to work his way through the field. Brian Torsha trying to battle back, though, on the high side. Overdrove a little bit into 3 and 4. Unable to make the pass back on Mark Thomas. Move Thomas to 4th. Next in his sights is the 20 of Aaron Conover. Continue to watch this battle. This is for the 3rd position. Mark Thomas is 4th. Conover 3rd. Mark drives it real deep into turns 1 and 2. You can see the 20 be able to drive off a little bit better because of that. No, gets into the wall. Conover in the fence off of turn number 2. Going to give the spot to the 50 of Mark Thomas. Rides the wall all the way down the backstretch into turn number 3. Kind of catches that wall magnet that these cars are famous for, unfortunately, but keeps it out of traffic, gets it off the wall, is able to go through the corner, but Conover is going to lose another spot here to Brian Torsha in just a moment. Conover slipped to 4th after contact with the wall, battling with Mark Thomas. Now Brian Torsha down to his inside, trying to take the spot away as well. Unable to do so off corner number 2. Brian Rupert watching it all unfold from the number 6th position. Or maybe these guys take each other out and he can catch 2 spots out of the deal. Doesn't look like the contact with the outside wall did much to the 20 of Conover as the 2 and the 3 battle in behind. Conover able to regroup, hold on to the 4th position, and keep the 3 and the 2 in his rear view mirror. Looking back at this battle, Rupert and Torsha. Rupert's got the 5th position for now. Torsha slips back to 6th. Rupert's been awful strong since getting spun on the backstretch early on in the race. He's battled his way back up now into the top 5. Jamie Curry in the wall a little bit as well, catching some of that wall magnet. Nothing too serious, but scrapes up the right side of that number 75 machine. Cody Fogg able to close in just a bit. Jamie holds on to the 2nd spot. Just a few laps shy of halfway here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. Alfie Sharon still your leader, started 3rd, took over the 2nd spot relatively quickly, and has been up front for the majority of the race. Alfie has Mike Taschereau in behind, about 1.5 seconds in the rearview mirror. While we have the opportunity, let's spotlight the field. Of course, we just talked about Alfie. Alfie's still up front. 2nd place, Mike Taschereau started pole position, running that number 33 machine. Use some stickers on the side of that Chevy Impala SS. I'm sure he could use some sponsorship. He certainly runs well enough to deserve it. So if you're looking to sponsor an ARCA Series car, here's a good canvas for your sticker. Started on pole, runs in the 2nd position. Mark Thomas running in the 3rd spot. Not a great qualifying run, but up 8 positions since the drop of the green flag. Mark running that number 50 Kodiak colored machine. Runs in the 3rd spot. Aaron Conover had 3rd for quite some time. Was a big contender towards the front of the field for a while. Slips back to the 4th position after contact with the outside wall. He still runs in the 4th position. Brian Rupert, also an interesting start to the race. An off-track excursion off of turn number 2 sent him into the inside wall. Minimal damage to that number 3 machine. Got the fast repair. Still has 1 left if needed. but has fought his way back up into the top 5. Brian Torsha, our Truck Series champion, running the number 2 D. Dixon & Sons Trucking Incorporated machine. It's down 2 spots from the start of the race, still running solidly in the top 6. Jamie Kerr, the number 75 out of Snow Camp, North Carolina, the Valvoline colors. Started 7th, run 7th. Hopefully he can hang on to that 7th position because he does have pressure coming in from behind, the 58 of Cody Fogg out of Wakefield, New Hampshire. Kind of a home race for Cody Fogg. Of course, we are here in Loudon, New Hampshire. Wakefield not too far up the road. Cody looking to put on a good performance as he's looking to the outside of Jamie Kerr. Speaking of battles, it's Josh Battle. The number 11 machine runs top 10 in the 9th position, also putting some pressure on the 58 of Cody Fogg. Running in the 10th spot, the 05 of Dale Legan. Dale's had some issues here this afternoon, had that car backwards at one point, but still a strong top 10 run right now. We are halfway. Plenty of time to make his way back towards the front. Speaking of which, taking the spot away from the 11 of Josh Battles, moved Dale Legan to 9th. Robbie Milburn. Tough start this afternoon for the 99. Was running top 3. Looks really strong in the early going. I think he did start on the outside front row, if I'm not mistaken. Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Had an issue. Got some damage on the right front of that machine. Has gotten it fixed. He stayed on the lead lap with the courtesy of the lucky dog. Runs 11th right now. Caution would certainly help change things for Robbie Milburn. Bill Voracek, the number 9 machine, running 12th. Last car on the lead lap. Good run so far for the 9 of Voracek with TRS, the racingschool.net on the sides of that number 9 machine. That's the rundown of your lead lap cars. Alfie Sharon, of course, still out front. Big gap now back to the 33 of Mike Castro. Not sure if Mike had an issue or not, but since then, Conover has taken over the 3rd position. Brian Rupert 4th. Brian Torsha up to 5th. Mark Thomas has taken the opportunity to pit. Can only assume this is due. It's got to be a tire and fuel stop. I don't see any issues. A 15.27 second stop, so 4 tires and fuel for Mark Thomas. It's likely a scheduled stop for the 50 machine. Yep, we're starting to see everybody else. Alfie Sharon now taking the opportunity to pit. Bit of a double pump on the brakes to get into the box. That's going to cost the 78 a little bit of time. You see Mike Taschereau is in the box as well. Right side's up and down to the 78. Alfie's down and away. Left sides go up on the 33 Taschereau. He is also down and away. Regular scheduled stop. Green flag pit stops underway here. Lap 44 of 80 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Brian Torsha has cycled to the top spot. The number 2 in the lead here has yet to make a pit stop. In fact, the top 4 presently on the original set of tires. Let's see when these guys peel off the track and hit the pit lane. I think Torsha's going to go around again. The Conover there in behind. Conover's actually listed 11th. He did get his pit service. Jamie Kerr, Brian Rupert also in the pit lane, exiting the pit lane. Dale Legan as well as Shane Wagner is out. Right now, Brian Torch, the only car on track that has yet to see pit lane. Looks like he might be, woeing up here. Not quite yet. Yeah, he's in. Makes the turn into the pit lane. Woes it down to pit road speed. A little bit of right side damage on the 2 of Brian Torch. I imagine he will probably burn 1 fast repair. You got 2. You might as well get that thing cleaned up, ready for the balance of the race. First comes to a stop in his pit stall. Right side's going in the air. First can of Sunoco Racing Fuel going in. Crew around to the left sides. Jack going in. Left sides as well. 4 tires and fuel for the 2 of Brian Torsha. He's down and away. A good clean stop for Brian Torsha. 14.85 seconds for the Truck Series champion. Meanwhile, Josh Battles has inherited the lead. Josh pit a little off cycle at lap 13, as well as Bill Voracek. Alfie Sharon has cycled back, and the caution is out.
Caution port. In the wall.
Looks like Shane Wagner possibly. Let's take a look at it. Shane Wagner, the 26 machine, all by himself. Fresh tires, I'm assuming, just gets in it a little too hard off of turn 2. Overcorrects, doesn't hit anything, but comes to a stop right in the way of the field, so the yellow flag does come out. With that, we're going to step aside. I'm going to keep it live here so you won't miss a thing. We'll be back before we go back to the green flag. Lap 48 of 80, the LSI ARCA Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We'll be back after this. .50 laps in of 80. Alfie Sharon still out front. Under caution here once again. Shane Wagner in trouble off of turn 2 after the pit stop. Probably cold tires, not quite up to pressure that he expects to have. Not providing the grip. Off turn 2 and the throttle a little too soon. Around he goes. Doesn't collect anybody, doesn't hit the wall, but unfortunately does put us under the yellow here. Lap 51 goes up on the board. Pace car lights are off. We got a few cars in need of the wave around here. Looks like the 05 Allegan, Milburn, and catch who the 71 was this time. Tom Melnick. Sporting the Dave Marcus logo livery. Love it. Pace car lights are off, getting ready to go green. We'll have it at lap 52. Pace car peels off. Alfie's in the throttle. We're back under green here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Alfie takes over the top spot, or holds on to the top spot without much pressure. He does have Mark Thomas there in the second position. Behind Mark is Conover, Rupert, and Battles. That's the top 5. A little action behind them. It's like the 75 of Jamie Kerr scraping the wall off of turn 2. They all get away clean. Mark Thomas, though, putting the challenge to the 28 or 78. We saw this in practice for a little while. Mark and Alfie battling it out throughout the practice session. Alfie seemed to be able to pull away, but both drivers able to put up pretty similar lap times. see if Mark has learned anything since the practice or from the practice session, because he's worked his way from the back of the pack all the way back to the second position. He's passed 9 cars, wants to make it 10 here. Down the backstretch, looking for the lead in turn 3 to the inside. Nope, not enough. Alfie takes the high line, keeps the momentum and the speed, but Mark battling through turn 4 right there. Left rear quarter panel off Alfie Sharon off turn 4 to the front stretch. Oh, little loose by the 50 off the corner. Alfie's going to maintain the lead only by a car length. Mark's going to have to regroup, try and give it another shot. Mark Thomas certainly quick out here, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As of now, fastest car on the racetrack by just over a 1/10.5. Alfie Sharon, the second fastest machine, though he is out in the lead. Last time around, though, Alfie was a tick faster, a 31.14 to Mark Thomas's 31.33. Brian Rupert in the 4th spot, getting some pressure from the 11 of Josh Battles. This is for the 4th position. Battles 5th. Jamie Kerr 6th. Brian Torsha 7th. Battles, though, down low in that number 11. Off of turn number 4. Not quite there. About a car length ahead of the 3 of Rupert. Rupert running the extreme high line through 1 to 11, goes around. Josh Battles in trouble off of turn number 2. No contact made, but the yellow does come back out with 24 laps to go. Oh, the 05 of Legan just gets into the 58. Cody Fogg checking up. Wasn't sure if the 11 of Battles was going to cut across the track. Contact made on the backstretch between those two. Let's take a look at it. Replay with Josh Battles. This is off of turn number 2. Just gets loose off the corner. Back to the throttle a tick soon. If you get into it a little early off the corner before that wheel's really straightened out, has a tendency to come around. That's exactly what happened to the 11 of Josh Battles. It's a good job of wowing it up, keeping it off the wall. Fortunately, it does spin him back out in front of traffic. Doesn't get collected, thankfully, but does bring out our caution flag once again. And you see it happening late there. The 58 of Fogg checking up. Let's rewind that. Look at it from Cody's perspective. Again, it probably looked like the 11 was going to come back over the track at speed. Yeah, definitely. From a driver's perspective, you just don't know. It looked sure as hell like Battles was going to come across in front of the nose of the 58. He gets on the brakes and gets turned by I didn't even catch who was behind him. Dale Egan. That's right. Certainly been an exciting race here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, albeit Alfie Sharon's led most of it. Plenty of battles throughout the field, even up front. Mark Thomas has certainly put the pressure to the 78 since working his way back through the field and up towards the front. Some fast guys up near the front, of course. Sharon being the leader. Mark Thomas has worked his way all the way from near the back of the pack. Aaron Conover third. Rupert also battling back to put himself in the top 5. And Jamie Kerr up a couple of spots, but solidly in the top 5. Got a couple chatters in the stream. Natalie cheering us on. I appreciate the compliment there. Jamie, that was scary. Yeah, sure was. Jamie, I don't know how you type in the stream while you're in the race car and still manage to sit in the top 5. Round of applause for you, my friend. Gonna be 20 to go as we cross the line. Alfie having some connection issues for a moment there. That's scary too. Pace car lights are off. Gonna get the restart here with 19 to go. Will we make it all the way to the end without a caution? I doubt it. These guys are hungry for a win and improving their positions. Tough track. Difficult cars to race. We're going to see somebody around. Pace car peels off the track. Green flag in hand. We're underway. Alfie Sharon in the throttle. At the line, 19 laps to go from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Can Alfie hold off the charging Mark Thomas? But speaking of charging, Aaron Conover to the inside, trying to dive bomb in for the second position. Now he's got Brian Rupert to the outside. Little wiggle out of the 50 of Mark Thomas. All kinds of action up here at the top 5. Mark Thomas holds on to the second spot. Rupert takes over third. Move Conover back to fourth. Jamie Kerr holding on to fifth. Car length back to the 50 of Mark Thomas. Wants to track down the 78 of Alfie Sharon to take over the top spot. It's going to take a tall order to do so. Both these guys are quick, and it's going to take more than just being quick to get around, maybe even a bumper. Frankly, I don't expect it out of the 50 of Mark Thomas. He's just too clean for that. Second place is where he'll finish if he wants to, but certainly not going to take a guy out for a win. He's going to have to pass him clean or not at all. You see how much quicker these two are. Just a couple of laps since the restart, pulling away from the rest of the field already. Rupert to third, still Conover fourth. Jamie Kerr still the top 5, relatively unchanged up front. 17 laps to go. Mark Thomas, though, still on the charge. Caution is back out. What did we say? Didn't I say that was going to happen? Should have put some money on that. Well, either way, back under the yellow flag here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's like Dale Legan, Mike Taschereau. Again, tough break for Taschereau. Mike was running up front for quite a while. Looked strong, looked to be in contention possibly for a win. Sat on the front row. See what happened here with the 05 and the 33. Back of the frame going into turn 1. The 05 of Legan just gets to the back bumper of Mike Taschereau. Around they go into turn 1. Tough break there. Not sure if the 33 just got out of it a little bit earlier, or if the 05 just went a little bit deeper. Either way, both cars in trouble into turn 1. Puts us under the caution once again. Tabitha Brown, come on, 05. Dale Legan. I don't know if she's cheering him on or yelling at him, but either way, that's what she said. Hard to read the context in these things. Don Harger watching. Thanks, Don, for checking in. Speaking of Tabitha Brown, My Cricket Makes custom-made signs and a lot more. Contact Tabitha Brown, 618-340-0900. That is the Tabitha Brown. And My Cricket Makes, one of the associate sponsors of the LSI ARCA series. Tabitha Brown laughing, cheering him on. Yes, sir. All right, cool. Well, glad we had a caution. We could give My Cricket Makes a bit of a plug there. Trying to get all these sponsors in. Sometimes, I'll admit it, I'm forgetful. Not an excuse. Shouldn't happen. Been trying harder. I really have been. Either way, field's 2x2. Pace car lights are off. You know what that means? We're going back to green this time by. Hopefully get a chance to settle this here. 13-lap shootout, maybe, just maybe, without a caution to the finish. Who knows? Again, the later these things go, the more aggressive people get. It's gonna shake out one way or another. Hopefully we can run it to the finish with green flags only. But hey, it's yellow. Cautions do breed cautions. We got 3 opportunities at green, white checkers if we need them. So don't go anywhere. It's gonna be exciting either way. Pace car peels off the track. Alfie in the gas. We're back underway from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. A great jump by the 78. Mark Thomas timed it well too, though, right to the back bumper. Maybe a car length back off the 78. Rupert trying to take over the 3rd spot again from Conover. Conover slides it up high. Thought he was going to look at the outside, take over 2nd. Off turn 2. Cars are dirt tracking it off the corner. Oh, in the fence, Cody Fogg. Nobody coming. We stay under green. The 58's going to have to gather it back up. Grabs a gear. Nails the throttle and back underway he goes. Unfortunately, at a pretty big deficit at this point. That'll likely put him the last car on the lead lap.
Caution.
Nope, caution's out. Brian Rupert now. We didn't see what happened there. First, we'll look at Cody Fogg's incident. Late in the issue here. Hang on. Try this again. Nope. Just kidding. Guess we're going to do the old rewind button. So the 58 of Cody Fogg down low, the 99 of Milburn up high. See Voracek in the 9 just ahead of them. It's off turn 2. Hard to say here. Looks like Fogg just comes up the track, clips the 99, sends himself into the fence. This late in the race, 99's not lifting. I can't say that I blame him, but 58 gets the raw end of that deal. Around he goes. But what brings out the caution is the incident with the 3 of Rupert. Let's see what happens here. Oh, him and Conover. Across the start finish, gets collected by Jamie Kerr. Hard impact the inside wall. Let's take a look at that one again. Wasn't clear. The 20 gets crossed up, sends him in front of the 75. Hard impact the inside safer barrier. That might do it for the 3, but no, he's still got a fast repair. A little late in the race to kind of charge through the field, but he's going to certainly see what he can do. 1 fast repair remaining and get that car cleaned up. Rupert stays on the lead lap. Up front, though, Alfie Charon putting on a clinic here this afternoon, but he's not making it look easy, not with the 50 of Mark Thomas. Mark Thomas sitting there right behind, not much further than a car length or 2 in behind. Yeah, Don, sometimes the stream quality is kind of hit and miss. It all depends on how busy the network is, how much upload speed I can play with, but lately it's been decent. Saturdays tend to not be the better day, but lately we've been okay. I'm happy with it. Tabitha Brown got her My Cricket Makes plug in, so we'll go backwards here and mention a few of the other sponsors for the OG Racing League. E. Dixon & Sons Trucking Incorporated, an associate sponsor of OG Racing League. Studath Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudath at 636-544-7836. TRSTheRacingSchool.net. Again, if anybody, you layman's out there, have never driven a race car before and you want to, check out TheRacingSchool.net. They have multiple packages. You can drive a late model, a tour modified, whatever you're interested in. You can pass. There's no pace car. I mean, you got to go through some schooling and some education before you can totally go nuts, but that's better for you. So check them out, TheRacingSchool.net. And of course, LSI Litchfield Specialty, the primary sponsor of the LSI ARCA series, Litchfield Specialty. Pace car lights are off. We'll get the green with 7 laps to go. I think it's a foregone conclusion. We're not done with cautions. I've just made that decision. Not that I have anything to do with it. But it's crunch time. iRacing pace car peels off the track. Alfie in the throttle again. Good restart. Good timed restart by Mark Thomas. Only a car length in behind the 78. Working in turn 1. Jamie Kerr up there battling for the second spot down low. Wants to take it away from Mark Thomas. A good restart by the 75. Tucks back in the third spot right in front of it. Looks like Brian Torsha. It is the 2 of Brian Torsha. Now down low. Conover trying to take the spot from the 2. Side by side off turn number 4. Conover in the 20 down low. Torsha in the 2 up high. Now Josh Battles in the high side trying to take away that spot. Drives it in deep, not too deep, as to keep off the back bumper of the 2. Keeping the 2, they work off 2. Ooh, a little wiggle, Brian. Bill Voracek and Mike Taschereau off turn 2. We're back under caution once again. Voracek in the fence. Taschereau collected as well. I'll have to go back and look at it. Looked like the 9 of Voracek loose off turn number 2. Crosses across the nose of the 33. Take a look at it. Bill Voracek in the 9, the high side. Taschereau the 33 down low. This is off turn number 2. See, Bill's already got the wheels turned the other direction is to keep it straight. Not enough. Collects the 33. Both cars go around kind of in tandem. Like Olympic figure skating over here for a moment, but Castro gets away relatively clean. Only the contact with the 9, and I think Bill does make some contact. Yeah, big contact with the inside wall. So there we are. Another caution. 5 laps to go. I think this will be our last opportunity to finish this race in regulation. Don't count out the green-white checker. Alfie's going to have to nail a couple more restarts, I think. Mark Thomas there, trying to find a way. He's been a little bit better on the restarts as of late, as far as timing when the 78 is going to go. Seems like Alfie does kind of get to the throttle almost right away. As soon as the pace car is clear, he's in the throttle. This is going to be a real short one. Pace car lights are off. We're going to get the green with 2 to go. So it's kind of like a green-white checker, but I think we're still within regulation here. Alfie Sharon, Mark Thomas, top two cars, pace cars in. Alfie's in the gas.
Green flag.
Mark did a good job timing it again, but again, Alfie is away, clears the 50 at the line. 2 laps to go from New Hampshire. Field clean off of turn number 2. Alfie Sharon into 3, looking for the white flag off of 4. Mark Thomas second. Jamie Kerr third. Porsche battles your top 5. Coming to the white flag. It is in the air. And that's going to settle it. Last lap for the 78. Alfie Sharon. Mark Thomas can only sit back and watch. A car length to 2 back to the second spot. Jamie Kerr third. Porsche fourth. Battles fifth. They work off turn number 2. Alfie Sharon down the backstretch for the final time of the afternoon. The 99 spins off of turn 2, gathers it back up, straightens it up. Going to lose a bunch of spots. Meanwhile, off of turn number 4, Alfie Sharon, the number 78 machine, TRS, the racingschool.net, going to bring home a checkered flag. Alfie Sharon victorious here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Second is Mark Thomas. Jamie Kerr is third. Brian Torsha finishes 4th, and Josh Battles finishes in the 5th position. Post-race, Mark Thomas spins the 78. This is kind of what these guys do after the race. It just turns into a big demolition derby. Everybody's here to have a good time, and that's what these guys do. Think he's got enough front brake in that thing? Front tires locked right up as he lights up the rears. Well-earned victory by the 78 of Alfie Sharon. We're going to take a short break and be back with our top 3 finishers in the interviews. Stay with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Loudon, New Hampshire, the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The LSI ARCA Series is in the books. Alfie Sharon victorious, Mark Thomas second. Jamie Kerr brings it home in the 3rd position. Let's get a word with our winner, Alfie Sharon. Alfie, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you. How's it going?
It's going good. Alfie, again, congratulations. We meet once again in the booth. Congratulations on the victory. Tell us about your afternoon here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
This was a tough race. May not have looked like it with being in the front, but the first 15 laps battling there with Mike, that was tough. He had me on my seat. And then at the end, whenever Mark Thomas is near you, he's always a force to be reckoned with. And I was sweating. I'm sweating pretty hard right now.
We watched you guys battle a bit during the practice session before the race, and it seemed it was going to come down to you two, and it certainly did. Fun to watch you and the 50 battle it out. Of course, you're always going to get clean racing out of the 50. As far as tires were concerned, we noticed a lot of these guys after the pit stops, it's like being on ice out there. That take a little while for these tires to come in.
Yeah, it did. It's pretty weird. I honestly probably would have left my other tires on, but I knew if everyone was going to take tires, I would have just been a sit and duck after a while. But after about 20 laps, they start coming in where you're actually able to get back to the gas pretty good, and that kind of helped.
Well, on top of all of that, Fluffy had some pretty darn good restarts as well later on the running. It seemed that Mark was starting to time him a little better each time, but you still managed to pull off the victory.
Yeah, the last restart right there at the end, he timed that one perfect, and I got scared. I thought he was gonna send it in on the bottom and hope it stuck, but Mark is one of the cleanest people I've raced with since I've joined OG, and it's a blast racing with him. I know he's going through some stuff right now, trying to move to the States with his wife. So, I mean, we're not able to race all the time, but when we do, it's always a blast, and I have an amazing time with him.
Well, very cool to watch you guys run. Congratulations, Alfie, once again. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
Just TRS, Sharon's Racing, you for broadcasting, and everyone else that helps put this stuff on. It's a fun series. I'm enjoying it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alfie Sharon, your winner here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Congratulations once again, Alfie.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to second place finisher Mark Thomas, always a gem to speak with. Mark Thomas, it's Steve Singer in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
I do, Steve. How are you, my friend?
I am well, my friend. Congratulations on the second spot. I know it's probably not where you wanted to finish. First off, let's back up a little bit. Qualifying did not go so great for the 50. Started near the back of the pack. Tell us what happened in qualifying.
I had some decent runs during practice, and I had my line picked out, and everything seemed to be going well. And then during quali, for some reason, I just couldn't get it to drive off the way it was during the practice. I don't know if it had gone overcast and the track temp dropped or something, but neither of my quali laps were happening at all.
Well, either way, you finished second. That's 11th to P2. That's a pretty good forward movement on your part there, Mark. So congratulations on that. Tell us about the battle with the 78 of Alfie Sharon. You had many opportunities on the restarts to try and time it. It seemed that the last one was just about perfect, but not quite enough. I know you're not the type to run the dive bomb, so was there anything else you could have done to get by the 78?
I think so. I mean, I think his tyres were one lap newer than mine. I think I pitted and I had, I think he had one lap newer tyres. I can't. I'm not that kind of guy to do the dive bomb. And to be brutally honest, I mean, I really enjoy racing with Alfie, and we always run, clean to, as clean as we can. And I don't think that was the way. I'd rather have beat him fair and square. And then all credit to James, who was behind us in third. He had enough opportunity to come up the inside and dive bomb me, and he didn't as well. So my hat's off to James for not making that move either. But just a superb clean race, and I think the cautions at the end kind of put play to any kind of run. I think on a longer run, I had decent pace. The car seemed to come alive a bit more for me after a long run, so I was hoping that it was going to go green towards the end of the race, and I could have made the car work for me and maybe put Alfie under a bit more pressure than I had. But on the restarts, he's so good at the car placement, and I just couldn't seem to get a run.
Well, either way, Alfie had a lot of good things to say about you as well on that same topic as far as racing him clean, because you're one of the cleanest guys he's ever raced with here in the league. So kudos to you for sure. We kind of all knew that. It's not surprising, but congratulations to you, Mark, on the second place finish. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
I'd like to thank the missus. I'd like to thank Alfie and James for a great race tonight. The rest of the league, Rupert Clan, he's just... The way he puts all this together is just superb. Bad Obsession Motorsport, Simplicity, all of the other sponsors for the league who put money into this and keep this league going and put on the great show that we managed to put on, and yourself broadcasting it in a great way. I mean, I love watching this back the day after, and it's just superb. I love it all.
Well, Mark, certainly appreciate that. As always, pleasure talking to you, sir. Congratulations on the second spot. Good luck on the next one.
Thank you, Steve. Much appreciated. You take care of yourself.
That's Mark Thomas, your second place finisher here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Next up, we'll go to Jamie Kerr, our third place finisher. Jamie, it's Steve Singer in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Jamie, congratulations. Third place finish here. You were a top 5 car most of the night. Tell us about how you worked your way and got it to the podium here. Top 3 finish.
Honestly, tried to stay out of trouble. I've seen like trouble happened all around me there quite a bit, so I was trying to stay out of most of that, and I think I kind of got lucky on some of that.
Well, you put yourself in position for a good finish regardless. As we said, you were up near that top 5, 5th or 6th, kind of most of the afternoon. You certainly look strong out there, that is for sure. Tire wear, was that a big issue, or was it more of a problem on the fresh tires? We know Alfie said it took about 20 laps before they really felt good. What was it from your seat?
Mine came in around 10 laps in, and then they really started falling off about lap 30. That first long green flag run we had, it kind of hurt me more than anything. That's why I started dropping back real bad, and I was like, all right, we're going to try something different. So when we went and done green flag pit stops, I went ahead and got 2 tires and jumped out there, kind of banking on a caution, especially after seeing Wagner spin it around in pits. I'm like, all right, everybody's on new tires, fresh tires. They're going to kind of lose this thing here. So I went ahead with a 2-tire stop and then came in after we had the that second caution and put on 4 tires and topped off with fuel and started out in the back and worked my way back through the field again.
Well, it was a good run for you, Jamie. Absolutely impressive to watch. You've certainly been improving here in the last few weeks. It's not an uncommon thing to talk to you here post-race. So nice work. Congratulations on the 3rd spot. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
My main sponsors, Black Acid Custom Racing Apparel, Allison Racing, and Kyle Ryan Motorsports. You guys at HBR TV, and all the guys who put on this league, all the sponsors for the league. I mean, it's a blast to run, and I appreciate you guys broadcasting it. You're probably one of the better broadcasters we've had.
Well, certainly appreciate the pat on the back there, Jamie. Congratulations again on the 3rd spot. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck at the next one.
I appreciate it.
That's Jamie Kerr, your 3rd place finisher here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That's going to wrap it up for our top 3 finishers. Let's go over the finishing results. Overall, of course, Alfie Charon, the winner of the race, brings it home in position number 1. 2nd place, Mark Thomas, the 50. 3rd place, Jamie Kerr, we just spoke to, Black Acid Custom Racing Apparel. 4th was truck champion Brian Torsha in the 2 with OG Racing. Josh Battles in the 11 was the top 5 finisher. In the 5th spot, Aaron Conover. Not a finish indicative of his running. He was up in that top 3, challenging even for the 2nd spot for most of the afternoon. I want to say a tough break for a 6th place finish. That's hard to even fathom, but 6th place for Aaron Conover. Probably should have been a top 5, but it is what it is. Get him at the next one. Mike Castro, another tough break for the 33. Put the machine on the front row here this afternoon. Was out front for a little while. Looked very strong. Was able to really fight with the 78. Kind of went back and forth there for a bit. Had some issues, off-track issues, and then ended up still bringing it home in the 7th spot. So a salvaged finish, top 10 for the 33 of Mike Castro. Cody Fogg in the 58. He finishes 8th. Bill Voracek in the 9 finishes 9th. Robbie Milburn in the 99 finishes top 10. Again, a tough break for the 99. Looked real strong up near the front of the field. Mid-race, had some issues and battled back for a top 10. Another same situation. A lot of these guys did not have finishes that really look how they ran. Brian Rupert in the 3. Did get turned at one point off of turn number 2. Battled back, was up in the top 3. Strong appearing battle for him. Ended up finishing the 11th position after a late race incident. Kevin Newborn in the 51 finishes 12th. Dale League in the 05 13th. Tom Melnick 14th with TRS Motorsports. Shane Wagner and Joe Marks round out the field. Ben Choate categorized but did not take the flag. So that is your finishing order here from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Appreciate everybody joining us here. Before we get out of here, of course, we have to thank LSI Litchfield Specialty for being the primary sponsor with OG Racing League in the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series, and to TRS, theracing.school.net. Sudath Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudeth, 636-544-7836. And to D. Dixon & Sons Trucking Incorporated. And My Cricket Makes custom-made signs and a lot more. Contact Tabitha Brown at 618-340-0900. And lastly, I want to thank all of you for joining me in the stream chat, in the stream, Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't already done so, please like, share, subscribe. I don't put real big limits on who can comment and who cannot unless I start getting, well, inappropriate stream messages from spammers, so to speak. We'll leave it at that. But please, I love your interaction. Please say hi, make comments in the stream. We appreciate that. Follow us on Facebook.com/HollerBoysRacingTV and YouTube at HollerBoysRacingTV. We appreciate the support, the likes, the shares, the follows, the subscribes, all those fancy buzzwords that I'm tired of talking about. And you're probably tired of hearing, but either way, thanks for doing it all. It actually really does mean a lot, and it certainly helps out the channel. If you haven't done it, please do. That's going to do it for me. I'm Steve Singer with Holler Boys Racing TV. Thank you again for joining us at Loudon, New Hampshire, and congratulations to Alfie Sharon winning the LSI ARCA Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Thanks again, everybody.